Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Hera's Life and Journey. If you're new here, I'm Hera. I make videos about my life, my hobbies, my journey, my Dutch payment savings journey, my hobbies including decorating, planning, journaling, all that stuff, and anything I find interesting. So let's go ahead and get started because this is probably going to be a pretty chatty video, possibly, because we're going to be talking about my journaling brainstorming. Yeah. So for 2026, I really want, that's really ugly, but it's fine. Okay. I really want to focus more on journaling, keeping my thoughts together, learning. I have been really into these personal curriculum videos, and it's basically as if you're in school, which I am in school for something, but as if in your school for your personal hobbies, your interests, for your personal development, what do you want to learn, and keeping a journal for that and keeping a record for that. And there's a few things I want for next year. I think 2025 was the year I took that first step from kind of losing my way, my consistency, my planning, my journaling, and getting it back together. Um, it was really 2024, 2025. 2024 was also a rough year for me. 2025 is when I was like, I cannot keep doing this. And that's for both my personal life, my financial life, and my social relationships. I still need to do better in that. I tend to be a bit of an isolationist. Okay, that's weird. I isolate myself from others. Okay. Not that I isolate others. Isolationist can be such a weird word, but I could literally that last a whole year without talking to anyone. That is the type of person I am. I care for people and I miss them dearly, but I don't reach out as much as I should or as much as I think I should because I get so caught up on everything, and I really appreciate everyone in my life who are understanding of that. And for those who aren't, I totally understand why, and that's okay. But anyways, went on a tangent there. I want to focus on improving myself. 2025 was the year where I was like, okay, I need to slowly get back together. I need to take that baby step, start planning again, figure out what way works best for me. And if you've seen my recent plan with me, you're probably seeing how much I'm changing things, or if something's not working, I try something else. If something's working, I keep it. um, Journaling, I used to journal a lot until 2021, 2022, and then I stopped, and then only this year did I go back into it. And I started with the small step of only a weekly or a week's, and having a day at a time. And so far I've been consistent with that now I feel like, okay, I have that down. Now I can expand to the other things I want to do, because I am the type of person that I have so many things I want to do and I know I can do them, but I don't know how to do that without stressing myself so much or sacrificing everything, right? So I need to find a balance, and 2025 has shown me I can do it. I can balance things. Obviously, there's room for improvement, but I can do it. And I am so sorry that was so long, which leads me all to say, to the point that I want to start specific journals for next year. These are journals I will not be touching every day, unless maybe one or two, maybe every day, or I'll try. And the rest are literally just for what I want to keep in mind, for what I'm learning, and stuff like that. So the first one, and let me switch pens. This is TWSBI Eco in Sailor Nikoyanagi medium nib, and this one is going to be Fuyu Shogun Pilot Fuyu Shogun Diamond 580 TWSBI in a extra fine. So the first one is going to be my joy journal. This one has to stay. So one thing I learned from my current journal, which is this one right here, I literally just wanted to put something every day. So I put all my sad ones, my angry moments, my depressed moments, my frustrated moments, my happy, my excited, my wishful moments all in one place. The thing that makes that hard is when I want to look at something great that happened on a Monday, but then something bad happened on a Tuesday. I can't look back at it because then I get frustrated again when I remember it. So I kind of was looking into options and I saw a lot of journalers who mentioned having a separate joy journal where it's only the good things, even the normal things, but basically no negative emotions or events. That's the key thing, because this one I can look back, because there are moments when I want to keep reading or like looking back at what happened the week before, and if I see something that pissed me off, it's probably going to piss me off again. And I don't want that. Which leads me to the second one, which is going to be a blackout notebook. So for this first one, I already know this is going to be weeks, specifically Ported Dawn by Kyohei Sakaguchi, Hobonichi Weeks. Yeah, I saw that cover, saw the pastel purple and pink orangey skies, and knew that was it. That was going to be my joy journal. Blackout notebook is for all of the negative emotions, experiences, frustrations, all that stuff. This is going to be any of my notebooks that I don't really want anymore or I don't care to keep because I don't like the paper, I don't like the design, it's old, whatever. I'm not going to be looking back at that. I'm not going to be looking back at it. It's literally just to get it out of my system. And then we have, I also saw that when I was looking at other journals. So this is a mix of kind of what I thought, at the same time looking at other journalers, other content creators here on YouTube, what they've done, because I'm not alone in what I'm going through. And that is, there's something comforting in that, because then I can look into others on what they've done to help deal with it. I hope that makes sense. The third one is going to be Memory Keeper. And this is going to be a personal memory keeper. And this is literally just going to be, what did I do this day? What happened this week? Yes, just tracking what happened. I'm okay with the negative stuff happening here. It's like, it's almost like an objective point of view, as much as, you know, I could do that with my own feelings already here. But let's say I was so mad at, I don't know, like my brother or my sister, and I was mad because they did something. In my blackout notebook, I'll be like, I'm so mad, this is what I'm feeling, and this is why I was so mad, this is all that happened. And in my memory keeper, I just be like, I fought with my siblings, and this is why. It's kind of like taking out all of that emotion, because if I'm fighting all the time with my siblings, that's become a pattern, and I need to figure out why that's happening, right? Whether it's on me, whether it's on them, whether it's on us both. So that's why. Also, this is where pictures are gonna be, and it really is in a way my own like record keeper. Yeah, it's just a record keeper of my life in an objective point of view as much as possible. And then I also want, I know this is aiming big, but I promise. Joy journal, I touch every day. Blackout notebook, only when I'm frustrated. Memory keeper, probably every day, but I can backtrack or like backfill it. So that's okay. And then the fourth one is a memory keeper for Ube. Ube is only getting older. For those who are new, Ube is my husky who is 4 years old now. And I adore her. And there are moments when I realize she's getting older. And as much as I try to take photos of her, she hates the camera, by the way. She hides from cameras. As much as I try to take photos and videos of her, I want more. Like, I want a book that has her and her memories and her experiences. Like, I wish the first time she touched snow was recorded. I mean, I recorded it in my phone, but like the thoughts and how excited she was not excited. Actually, she hated it. She wanted to go home as soon as she touched snow, and things like that. So I want something like that for Ubed. This one, I don't think it's gonna be every day. It's gonna be whenever she does something fun, stupid, annoying, crazy, and husky of her. So I'll just do key memories, memorable moments. So that's not going to be an everyday thing. So let me do a star on all the everyday ones. Let's do a question mark there. So right now we have 4 ideas for journaling next year. Kind of a lot already. And then we have a media journal. I originally wanted a reading journal, but then I realized I don't just read books. I sometimes have not months, sometimes months. Like, I choose a medium of media that I like, and then I like consume that for a long time until I get tired of it. So, for example, right now I am in a webtoon phase, so I'm reading all of the webtoons I want to read. But 3 weeks ago, I was in a reading phase. I was in such a reading phase that I reread all of Throne of Glass. So I stopped Throne of Glass because I got busy. I got to, which book was it? Empire? No. I got into Crown of Midnight and then I stopped because I got busy. And then, like 4 or 5 weeks ago, I decided that I was going to reread all of Throne of Glass. I reread from the beginning, from the Assassin's Blade to Queen of Shadows. That's 5 books within 2 weeks. And that was like while working and doing everything else. So I have those moments, and now I'm stuck in tandem. And the reason I'm stuck is because of the emotional weight that this book comes with. It's a lot. And I was like, okay, I'm already depressed in real life. I can't be depressed in a book too. I need a break. So I went to webtoons. So now I'm in a webtoon. And I want to keep a record of everything I've read and my favorite ones and my little synopsis and reviews for them. So I want a media journal. I already know this is going to be an 8-5 cousin. I actually already have an idea of how this is going to be structured, but I want to keep track of my TV shows, movies. I'm not a big movie fan, but there are 1 or 2 movies every year that I watch, and my boyfriend is a very big movie person, so there you go. My dramas, TV shows are American, dramas are Asian. I don't know if that's just me, but that's how I differentiate them in my head. Books, webtoon, and then anime. So like all of that media, like I don't consume anime every day, but that's why I didn't want to just do like a reading journal or like a show journal. So I feel like a media journal is better. So it has all of those. This one will be touched on every day, or at least, no, it should be touched on every day. I should at least note it down. And then I can do, I almost dropped my fountain pen. I can do like a detailed review once in a while. So that's that so far. We're on number 5, things I want to journal. Let me know if you have more ideas of what you are journaling for. If you're going to journal next year, if you're not going to, let me know why, or unless you journal in a different way. Okay, so we had the media journal. Next, the next one, I don't know if I should count this as one idea or multiple, but I want to have notebooks, journals, notepad, not notepad, because I want it to be in a bound book. So it's going to be a language book. I want to relearn Japanese. I forgot it. Korean. So I was almost fluent in Korean, then I stopped because I had no one to converse with. So I lost a lot of it. So I need to refresh and get back to the basics. Just basics for writing. Speaking, I'm still fine, but writing is not. Yeah. And then I want to learn Spanish or Italian. So I learned Italian for 1 year and I realized I couldn't go to Italy. So why am I learning Italian? Um, but now I kind of want to because some of the songs are beautiful and I like being able to understand the songs. Um, so there's that. And then there's Chinese, Mandarin specifically, that I want to learn because I have, this is a stupid reason. There's this thing called light novels, which I need to write here because that's separate from books. A lot of them don't get translated to English, and I want to be able to read those. So that's why. I think Japanese and Korean for sure. I'll have to choose between Spanish, Italian, or Mandarin. But that's, do you see what I mean? I don't know if it's one idea or like four or five. So language book is going to be the next one. I don't know which one. I know I have to focus on one first. So there's that. And then let's see. Number 7. And number 7, I'm just going to put ideas. These are ones I'm not sure about yet. I don't know if I'm actually going to, like, I don't know if I even want them as a journal or do I want them just somewhere. So the first one is on design or color theory. I don't have an eye for design. I don't have an eye for art. Um, so I have to be very intentional when I create things. Uh, for I don't know if I'm extra for that, but my freebies, they take me a lot of time to make, and I'm not happy with a lot of them. But I'm like, okay, this is my chance to try things out. I want, I guess, a better foundation so those freebies and the designs I create come out better. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. Because like saving money and the freebies I'm talking about are both like my dashboard freebies or my budgeting freebies. Like having a cute savings challenge always makes it easier to save money, and having a really nice, clean dashboard makes a planner beautiful. So I want to know a bit more about that. Yeah. Next is ink swatches. I don't know if I want an ink swatch notebook or if I'm good with my current swatch cards. And then I've been seeing this quite a bit, like a common planner. But the reason I'm not sure is because maybe it's better to just keep everything in a Notion or a Google Drive because that is going to be easier than me writing everything down. I don't have enough time to write everything down. Um, so there's that. And then the next one is like a future planner. It's kind of like in the future, this is what I want. And to do that, this is what I need to achieve. It's kind of like a goals notebook almost. But I'm not sure if I need that as a separate notebook or if I could just use any of my discount notebooks. So there's that. So these ones are all questionable. Like these ones, they're ideas. I don't know if I really want them or which ones I want or how I want to do them. So as you can see, I have so many ideas on what I want to journal or what I want to keep in mind and journal on for 2026. And that explains a bit of my Hobonichi haul once you see that. Um, so we have a joy journal, which is going to be a week's, a blackout notebook, any unwanted notebook. I don't care about that. A memory keeper for personal. I think this one is going to be an A6 so that it's not too hard to keep track of. We have a memory keeper for Ube. I believe this one's going to be A5 or A6. And the reason I put A5 in there is because if I'm not updating it every day, right? It's just her key moments, then it doesn't have to be small, it can be big. Um, and then a media journal, which is definitely going to be an A5 cousin, and a language book. That is to be determined, probably A5. Probably. So that is what I think I will have for my journaling notebooks for 2026. Again, things are bound to change. I don't know if I'm going to combine some, remove some, or not. But for now, this is everything in my head that I think I should or want to journal for 2026. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you have any ideas on how you're going to do your journaling for 2026. If you have changed it from 2025, or if you're trying something new. All right, have an amazing day. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.